Me out here shining a light on white supremacy on today's episode of History Tea. So remember how after the Civil War, Black Americans were free, but the South wasn't like really ready to let them vote. So they were like, oh, let's do a poll tax and make them pay $1 to $2 each time they vote, right? Which would be like $30 to $60 today in today's dollars. And so if you showed up at the polls and you didn't have actual money or you couldn't prove that you had already paid, you couldn't vote. Translation, shut out the poor. Make sure that they can't vote, especially the Black people. Oh, and fun fact, there was a poll tax for every year and they stacked it. So say you voted and then you didn't vote for a couple years. When you went back, you had to pay all the poll taxes for every year, even the years you didn't vote. And how does this tie back to white supremacy, you may ask? Oh, simple. They added a grandfather clause that basically said, hey, if your granddaddy was free before the Civil War, you don't have to pay to vote. You can vote for free. But of course, Black people whose grandparents had been enslaved, poll tax. So basically, by 1890s, poll taxes had shut out millions Black citizens and very poor whites. And that's when elections became a rich, white man-only club, not a democracy. Flash forward 60 years in time, and now you have the Supreme Court rules and says, oh yeah, I guess poll taxes aren't cool. We won't do that anymore. But that only applied to federal and congressional elections. That was the 24th Amendment, by the way. And then the states fought them. They didn't get the right to vote in state elections without a poll tax for another 4 years. So that's basically 100 years of systemic oppression brought to you by white supremacy. Tool designed to control who had power for generations. And I only wanted to shine a spotlight on this to show people how much racism and wealth barriers were just absolutely baked into our current democracy.